So I have an update for you, if you can believe it. I've been saying for a minute that, we have actually said this for a little bit, that we've lost some things from past cases. And I think on the last episode that I did, the one for the Mizpah, I had even said, like, we had a trap camera up in the bedroom, and I haven't been able to find any of that footage. I found it. I found the trap camera stuff.
That's amazing. So maybe there's hope that some of this
Yeah.
missing stuff is gonna resurface somewhere,
Uh,
somehow.
I'm gonna stay hopeful since I found all of this stuff, and it was all just grouped together. And so I was able to go through and review the Mizpah trap camera video stuff. And just for visual, if you've ever been to the Mizpah, what room were we in? Like 221 or 201? It was the red woman's room, I
Yeah.
think. The
Yeah.
red hat lady or something like that room. I don't know. But everything was red. And I have a picture of it I can share at some point. But we had the camera on the bed, basically facing out into the room. And, it should be pretty prime for catching anything. We got some voices in there, but I got nothing as far as trap camera footage goes. Um, I got a lot of us moving in and out. The camera does its job. It came to life every single time someone, was up moving around, or I didn't even remember setting the camera up before we went to explore the hotel. But there we are, just kind of chit-chatting, getting ready to go. And I caught voices as we were leaving, but I got no specters on the camera itself, on the equipment. So it's a bummer. I found the footage, but I don't have anything really to report back from that, except the Mizpah is dusty. Like, damn. If I was like the orb woman of North Carolina, I'd just be blowing your minds with all the orbs.
Yeah, I could see that. I mean, it is an old hotel,
Yeah.
and they had done renovations, but they did it with antiques. They're
Yes,
old, and
dusty.
all that stuff collects
Uh,
dust.
and I'm sure I think there was carpet too. Wasn't there like
Mhm.
real? Yeah, I
Red
thought there was
carpet, I'm
carpet.
pretty sure.
But yeah, I think they
Yeah.
went all out for the red lady. Just like, lady, you like red? Well, guess what? I got a deal. Red carpets, red everything. So yeah, I don't have anything more to share from the Mizpah at the moment. But since I found some stuff, I maybe I'll find something later on. Don't know. But like Wendy said, I'll keep the faith alive. I was also able to look at the trap camera a video that was taken when we were at the Washoe Club, and again, nothing to report. The camera did its job, but I got nothing that is ghostly looking or spirits. But obviously, the Washoe is very haunted. You don't need my visual proof to go with it. There's tons of voices there, and we were in the museum where I had that one actually set up. I, when I did the my review of the Washoe. I told you that I'd left the recorder on for hours because I forgot. We were so tired. We came downstairs and just kind of got ready to go to bed. Well, at least I got to watch myself going through everything, looking for my digital recorder too. So like I heard it on the digital recorder. I got to see myself panicking, and Wendy even waking up to help me. But anyway, so I don't have anything else to report from the Washoe Club either, except surprisingly, I feel like it's surprising. It's not nearly as dusty as the Mizpah. Like, it's in a dusty part of town, but I think it was just hardwood floors. Like there wasn't anything really for dust to stay on, so maybe that's why.
Yeah, I mean, I think dust can settle on, obviously, I have tile floors. I know that it can
Oh
settle
yeah,
on like concrete and whatnot, and you can kick
yeah,
it up, but I just don't think it's the same. I don't
yeah,
think it's the same as like our feet brushing,
right.
we're kind of, it's just different. So I think
Yeah.
the solid surfaces, the wood, the concrete, wood tile, whatever, is not going
Mhm.
to do it the same way. So
Yeah.
just real quick before we quit talking, well, I don't know, but the trap camera thing.
Mhm.
Have we ever caught anything on a trap camera? Maybe the ghosts just don't have enough whatever to set it off.
Yeah, we've had. we've had a couple of different types of trap cameras. And honestly, for for my review of trap cameras and as a ghost hunter, they fail more times than they work and produce what they need to. So I brought it to the Bellamy and had it set up, and it either nothing ever triggered it or it died because I got nothing on the trap camera from the Bellamy, which is disappointing because we weren't allowed to do the enslaved quarters, which is fine. But I set up the trap camera to see if anything would be passing in the yard going towards the enslaved quarters or anything like that. If you would see something in the windows, we could review it later, but nothing. I got nothing back from that, which is a bummer because we also feel like the Bellamy is pretty darn haunted. There's a lot of voices that we caught. Um, Even though the trap camera was outside. But yeah, to your point, I don't think I've ever caught anything on the trap camera myself.
They may not be very helpful for catching spectral figures or
Yeah.
whatever. Maybe it happens too quick, or it's too light of a motion, or it's too light of a light change or whatnot to
Hmm.
really set them off. But I do
Yeah.
think trap cameras are very helpful in just security for ghost
Yeah.
hunters. So, like, if you
Yeah.
have a place like the Bellamy Mansion and you want to make sure that there's nobody on the outside coming up to the building,
Hmm.
then, you could put them out there and it'll take a photo.
Hmm.
So that
Yeah.
later, if you heard a voice and it was like, oh my God, that could be somebody right outside, you'd be able
Yeah.
to match it up with your camera. So I do think they're helpful in paranormal investigating, but maybe just not for actually catching any ghosts.
Yeah. I don't know. I really don't know what to say about that because if you, I agree after having used one and having caught voices, but nothing on the trap camera video. Like I agree with that. So there are people that are on social media, Instagram, Facebook, that will have trap camera footage, and they're using their trap camera to like catch wild game. So there'll be like a boar or something just out there, and that's what he's looking at. But then on their footage, they have some like weird other thing in the background that is like unexplainable. Sometimes it'll look like a child spirit, or then you've got the really believable and my favorite are the Bigfoot sightings on the trap camera, which who knows, maybe he's easier to catch on the trap camera than anything else. But so I don't know if that helps or if it helps to prove or disprove if there are people that are showing up with like trap camera like ghost images. It might be worthwhile really looking into that, like with a magnifying glass and saying like, really, is it an app that you use to produce that, or did you actually catch a spirit? Like, I don't know. I'm not saying you can't do it, but I've used a couple different ones for a while, and I just get a lot of pictures of us
Yeah.
and dust. So update again, just to say that I did it. I do have some more to look through, but like everything that I've seen in the past, there's really nothing there. But anyways, while I was digging through some stuff, I did come across some audio that has never been recorded or never been recorded before. It had it had never been reviewed before. I'm like, cool, cool, cool. That's what I'm going to listen to. Right above that was audio that I have reviewed before. It's from the Birdcage. What do? I start listening to the Birdcage again. I'm like, no, Chris, no. I get to the part like I remember, like you hear the footsteps, and I'm like, okay, I've heard this before. Let's go to the next thing. It's just fun sometimes to relive places that things happened, and I have the full audio still here. So I was like, this would be a nice little popcorn moment. But no, I did actually make myself do some work. So I do have something new for you tonight. And that case actually followed the Birdcage. This is the Jerome Grand Hotel.
Ooh.
Yes. I slipped and said something I think a week before. I have been looking for our amazing video, the one that we slid out of the elevator and slithered into the hallway, drunk as fuck and so tired, not knowing what we were doing. But I can't find that video. So I don't know what else. So Wendy saw it. I hear you talking about it in the audio. So it does exist.
Yeah, maybe best it doesn't though,
I know, right? Oh my gosh. It was funny. It was more funny than anything. We weren't really doing anything but just being drunk idiots and just having the best time at it. So anyways, I don't have a lot to share with you, but I am really excited about what I did catch because we were investigating the hotel on many floors. One of the floors we couldn't even stay on because it was so noisy. But the floors that we did investigate, I got voices. So I will start the show.
Well, real quick, disclaimer, I think is maybe what it would be. Just so people understand, we weren't investigating the hotel drunk. We stayed a couple of nights
Well,
there.
yeah, we stayed a couple of nights. Yeah, as a
Because
matter of fact, that's a good point.
yeah.
I also want to say that I think I got your birth date wrong because we'd stayed multiple days. I don't know if it was actually your birthday when it rolled over into the next night, or if I had just gotten my days confused. Because like I was like, it's Wendy's birthday. I don't know if I actually clipped the whole thing where I'm singing that to you, but I'm like, wait a second. We started on the 11th. I think I'm not really sure that was Wendy's birthday. So I don't know. I could be wrong. Maybe I just have the 11th wrong. I don't, this is 2018 I'm talking about. I don't have the calendar up in front of me. I did not fact check myself. So Wendy, I'm just going to apologize to you in advance and also for the past if I say happy birthday to you a day too early.
I
I
could
don't
just be
remember.
one of those people that celebrate their birthday like for a whole month. So
Oh yeah.
I
Oh
don't
yeah.
mind.
Cool. Awesome. Sweet. All right. So let me scoot on over to the Jerome Grand Hotel. Were you here when this was a hospital? I did hear something. Do you see this? And I
That's
just,
loud.
that is loud.
Hmm.
Yeah. And I just jumped right into it without I'm so bad at introing. So
Oh my
we were
God.
actually,
I thought you were just taking a note from me. That's what I do.
well,
Uh,
it starts
their ghost
playing.
voice. Let's go.
Let's go. Yeah, exactly. You know where we are. Here's a picture of it. Now let's go. But sorry. So we were on the third floor when this voice popped out. And we went from the third floor to the second floor to the first floor. So we started all the way at the top and worked our way down. But yeah, and also this image that I'm sharing with you, the graphic, don't pay no attention to the 1989. Wendy and I were not ghost hunting when we were toddlers, youngins. We were older than toddlers, but we were not teenagers. But that's just the graphic. It was March, but it was like 2018. I think I put that on the beginning.
I thought it
Um,
said 59, so
oh,
that that shows you how senile I am. But
it's
uh,
kind of covering it.
yeah, the voice is loud and it sounds oddly mechanical.
Yes, it does. It does. Loud, mechanical. They're not all like that. Like the next one is actually pretty quiet compared to this one. And they kind of go back and forth. So we've got some loudspeakers and some whisperers. But yeah,
Isn't
let me
it
play that.
isn't
Oh,
it so weird? That happens all the time. You
oh
have
my
this
gosh.
weird mechanical voice, and then you have a whisper. Then you have a
Mhm.
full-on regular voice, like we're wondering if we said it. It's so wild the difference
Yes.
that, and it makes you feel crazy. But the faint
Yeah.
ones make me feel crazy, the super faint ones. But
Yeah, no, good point. Actually, when I was doing this, I clipped like a certain number of EVPs, and I use a program for that. It's Audacity. So then I go to Canva to put everything together, and I put like all of the EVPs in there to make it like a playlist, like what I'm sharing with you. And I put two of them in there at different times, and I couldn't hear that EVP anymore. I was so sure of, what I had caught. And now I'm going back to listen to it. Like you had mentioned that on your last episode, I think too, where did the EVP go? What happened to it? I heard it as clear as day. So I left a few of them out that I heard before. Maybe I'll go back and replay it. Maybe I clipped it weird. Maybe I missed it. I don't know. But I got some good ones anyways. They're just like you said, quiet or loud or wait, that sounds like one of us. Like there's just all over and this one was mechanical. So maybe it has something to do with I feel like where they're taking their energy from.
Yeah, and there's so many different spirits involved in a huge location like this. So
Yeah,
you're
yeah.
you're dealing with a lot of people, let's say,
Hmm.
and their energy levels are different, and the type of haunting they are can be different, and it's just so I just it's so crazy. It's just so crazy. I wish I understood why they come
Yeah,
out sounding mechanical sometimes. That's like
right.
I get the whisper, okay, it's faint, low energy.
Hmm.
Um, but the mechanical is odd, and I just wish I understood the physics, I guess you would say, on how that
Yeah.
happens.
It could be that there's so many spirits that they're all fighting for their own energy source. So that's why sometimes they sound mechanical because that's the only energy left for that spirit to take. They line up, with their little pieces of paper and like, "Hi, I'm Bob. I'm going to be on tonight. So what what am I taking?" And they're like, "Oh, the flickering light that always gets them. Go take the energy from that flickering light."
Yeah, that makes sense though. That really does make sense because sometimes like we say that when we're not really doing too much and we're just sitting there and the EVPs are
Yeah,
coming out kind of like faint and then you
yeah,
start moving around so they're using your energy to get louder.
yeah,
So they're drawing that energy from somewhere. So maybe that's what affects it. So they're if
yeah.
they're drawing it from your camera or from the electricity in the walls or a lamp or
Hmm.
whatever.
Yeah.
You're so smart. That's why I hang out
Well,
with you.
it's fun. It's fun to speculate like this too and make up our own like science on this. But like if that's the case, then the voice that you get sometimes might be the same voice that you're getting, but it might not be mechanical. It might be a whisper. It's just
Hmm.
depending.
Right.
I don't
Yeah. How
know.
what they used
I
to
love
to
it.
draw their voice out that time.
Yeah, yeah. Weird science. Woo, look at we need to wear like lab coats. Like we got this.
Oh my God. I love that idea.
Well, lab coats on top of our jumpsuits. So just like, for extra pockets, just in case. All right. So the next one, like I said, the next one's going to be way more quiet, and breathy too. So let's see if you might have to tune your ears into like the other noises before you hear this one. Do you prefer one of these rooms over another? Which one of these rooms do you prefer? So that one I hear help, I think the loudest, and it's at the very end. Like you hear the help
Yeah.
part, but there's also like a weird wow, wow, wow noise that's going at the same time. So
Hmm.
that's a tough one to really make out.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, not for me because I'm doing the same thing
Yes,
as you and I'm
right.
finding
Yeah.
all these really faint whispers in the wind,
Hmm.
basically. Um, But
Right.
yeah, no, I think I would have drawn the same conclusion with the words too.
Cool. So this next one, we're still on the third floor. I think it's gonna be me talking. I'm asking for a sign, and the elevator starts to make a noise. Like this kind of elevator, you had to like pull open the like the I don't know, wrought iron kind of gates. So I think that you'll hear that kind of cluttering going on, and you'll hear me make a comment because of the cluttering noise. But there's an EVP that comes through at the same time. And it just sucks because I'm reacting to the noise that I hear and not to the voice. Otherwise, it would have been pretty questionable that somebody might have said something. You know what I'm saying? So, like, here, listen to this one. After you hear the whole thing, you'll understand what I'm saying. If you're here with us, could you give us a sign at least? Let us know that you are here. It's coming up. That's not the sign I'm looking for. I'm looking for a real sign.
Yeah.
So again, yeah, low, right?
Yeah, I think this one's louder though. No,
Hmm.
I think well, I mean like maybe the first time it pops up, you gotta
Hmm.
hear it that second and third time for your
Hmm.
ears to like be looking for it.
Yeah.
But then I can hear it clearly. And what you say afterwards,
Yeah, I know.
It leaves it it's a good thing that we do this show so we can explain our evidence.
Right,
Because if people just go and watch the actual evidence video, they might wonder what you're talking about. But that's
right.
why, guys, if you're on our page, you need to watch this show.
No
Well,
kidding.
you're already here, so
Yeah, yeah.
congratulations, you did it.
You can leave a comment. Yeah, so the closer to me comes through, it's real low, real quiet. And then I react to not that sign. And I was like, damn, I wish I had heard that voice so that I could have said something else. But I obviously didn't. It was very quiet at the time, and it's very quiet on replay. But it's a lot easier to pick out the voices when you're listening to all of that droning noise nonstop. Like you said, like your ears are already tuned to it. And I'm just kind of giving you the clips as they roll out. So I'm making it very challenging for you, the follower of our page, to do this clearly, but I don't really know how else to do it. So this is what you get. Okay, so the next one, we're still on the third floor, and I couldn't make out the rest of what the EVP is saying. I hear the beginning portion of it. And actually, now that I think about it, there's something in the front of it too that I can't hear, but it's a quiet one either way. Now, can you give me three knocks?
Weird, weird. Like, what are they talking about? Is this still on just the third floor hallway, or are we in a
Yeah.
room?
No,
Okay.
we're still in the third floor hallway. And yeah, so the hotel used to be a hospital. I don't know if they were trying to, I don't even remember what the third floor was for. I think there was a infirmary. I think our floor was
I think the whole thing was used as a
children, wasn't it?
hospital.
It was. Yeah.
So
I just don't remember what there was this, they did something on each, particular floor. I don't remember what that is. Um, so it could be like residual, like them like maybe looking for a place to throw the clothing from the patient, looking for a bin, and there isn't one, so they're saying throw the clothing on the floor or throw the clothing on the door. Like there's something else going on there, and maybe clothing isn't even the right word. But I heard that the first time, so that's kind of what I'm going with. I can't make it out. I can't
mhm.
make it say anything else either. So let me see if I can play that one more time. It's a weird voice, and I just think it's residual. I don't know if you can hear that, but it does kind of like go on to say something else. I can't identify it at all.
Yeah, I think I do hear clothing though. I think you're right
Yes.
about what words you have made out. And you're right. I didn't even think about that. It could be a residual sound. Horrible to think that in your afterlife you're still at work.
No. Tell me about it.
Yeah, like
Oh,
maybe a nurse, an orderly, whatever. They're just cleaning up, and that's they're that
yeah.
would be a part of their job, right?
Mm. It's true. It's true. It could be a hotel person like in a room that didn't have
Oh,
the,
yeah, there's
and they're
that
like,
too.
throw the clothing. Oh God, that would suck to be like a janitor and the the life after life. Like you're still cleaning up after. God, please. I don't want to have to do a job like that in my afterlife.
Just like why would that emotion get imprinted into the space?
Yeah,
So that
right.
seems odd. So another theory, since we're just throwing out ideas here, what if it
Yes.
is a ghost talking to another ghost and they're
Yeah.
trying to come up with a plan on how they're going to scare the people at the hotel? And we just
Yeah.
caught a bit of that conversation. So
You know,
they're going to just start throwing clothes everywhere.
Yeah, let's play connect the dots here. So when I was at the Brookstown, remember I got that EVP that was like move the clothes or something like that, move the clothes on the floor. And we were like, they were in the closet the whole time.
Yeah.
So if those spirits are telling them to move clothes out of the way, it's a similar situation here, or could be a similar situation where it's like, this doesn't belong. This is my whatever this was for me. So just move throw the clothing on the floor or whatever.
Yeah, or they're just using it, or they're going to use it to get somebody's attention.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah. I don't know that we had anything that I can remember like just get dropped or moved. But when we were in our room, I had lost my toothbrush for a minute. And like you're asking me at some point too, like, oh, did you put it up? And I'm like, yeah, I put it up. And you're like, but did you really? And then I'm like, actually, I don't remember. And then we just changed the subject. We just went on to whatever else we were talking about. But I'm like, I don't remember. I wish that we had had, or I wish that I had a video camera on the majority of this so that I could have watched, what had happened. Maybe they are moving clothes around. Maybe they are moving toothbrushes around. It'd be really cool. Like we tried to set that up when we went to the Copper Queen and film it, but we didn't actually get to see anything like that happen. Um, write to us at creatures of the night paranormal gmail.com if you've had that happen to you before.
I was about to say, do we check that email anymore?
No,
But write to
no.
us. We
Right,
might.
but
We
I
go
mean,
in there, there's 9,000 emails.
I mean, that's the thing. Like, I reached out to a lady this week to ask her about a ghost hunt, and she never got back to me. So, and it's very possible that she has a Gmail like what we do. And she's just like never going there ever again. It's just junk mail. So what's funny is we were talking about how these spirits are coming through, what types of energy sources they're using. This next clip on the third floor still, I actually set my recorder down at some point somewhere in the hallway. And oh, it's like a console table or something that's in the middle of the room. And I set it down, I walk away, and I'm telling the spirits, you can use the energy from that recorder if you need to. You can use my energy. You can, whatever energy you need to use to manifest, to communicate with us, just go for it. Like I just said that basically. And I get an EVP. It sounds like they're trying to respond to me, but it's cut off. Like I can't hear the full thing again, unfortunately. So it's another quiet one. Get ready to tune your ears in. Most that you're here. So
Interesting. It's very high pitched.
yeah,
Hmm.
and I just hate that they ran out of energy or they moved away from the recorder. Because yeah, you can kind of hear me talking right there. I say, let us know that you're here, but it was along like I said, I had already asked them to use whatever energy they needed. So then this voice comes through and it says, "We need," but I don't know what. Like I was on the verge of having an answer for you. So close, and yet so far away. A couple of times I listened to that and actually thought they said we need water, but I can't make that out. So I don't know what my brain was trying to do there. I've listened to it again, like with the fresh set of eyes and ears. You go back the next day and I'm like, I do not hear the word water. So I don't know why I thought that the first time. So, and if it is, we need water, then again, maybe it was more residual and not an answer to my question. The world will never know because I can't hear anything after we need.
Well, probably best they didn't tell us anything they need
I
because we're
know.
just now listening to this. So,
I know. That's so true. Oh, wait, let me go back. Here's that, whatever it was that you asked for. I finally got it for you 10 years later.
8 years later. Yeah.
I mean, I don't know when I'm going back to the Jerome. I mean, that's the thing too. Like we were back in Jerome, what, like 3 or 4 years ago, but we didn't make it to the
Oh
hotel.
yeah, yeah, we were. Oh, we walked right past it and stuff, but we didn't go in there.
Yeah.
Yeah, we were 3 years
Yeah.
ago. Yeah.
So I got some really good pictures from that time that I still have. And that's why I'm showing this as kind of like a video. I don't have any of the pictures from our stay at the Jerome Grand Hotel. I
Oh,
have, I take that back. I have like maybe two exterior shots and a picture from the bathroom window. Like that's the weirdest. I don't know why those are the only pictures that I have left. It's unfortunate. All right, so this next one, I get a name. I hear a name pretty loud and clear, actually. Let me say loud and clear. It's quiet, but I hear a name. Still third floor. We haven't left yet.
What is that?
I don't know. I didn't see that before.
I didn't either.
Can you hear that? It's so low.
It is low, but
Yeah.
yeah, no, I can hear it. I can hear it.
Okay. Well, that is the last that I have for the third floor. Now we're going to go down to the first floor because when we tried to go to the second floor, we decided it was way too noisy. I couldn't, I actually thought that maybe I got a couple of things, but there was so much other noise that I just had to say, I can't say that that's an actual EVP. There were people in the rooms, they're just being loud. I just don't think that they understood how paper thin those walls were. And even like our room, we talked about hearing people walking in the halls all night long. Like it was just very loud for the hotel of what it was.
I think the restaurant's on the second floor too.
Was it? Man, that
Well,
restaurant was
because
bumping too.
from the side, you go up those side steps, and that they're kind of tall and steep, and then
Yeah,
the
they
way
are.
that you enter to like check in is low. So yeah, I think like
Mm,
check-in's like basement, and then what's the second floor? Where yeah, I think the restaurant's there.
that makes sense. That would make sense why it was so noisy. Just seemed like we were at the end of the hall. I don't know. I'd have to go back, I guess, and look at the place again to get my bearings. But yeah, our floor was pretty darn loud until like it got really, really, really late.
Hmm.
So down to the first floor, and I've got two EVPs really kind of back to back. The second voice is almost right on top of the other one, and it seems almost as if he's scolding whoever is saying the first part.
Look. Oh, we're not allowed to go to the kitchen or house.
Yeah, but this is where all the good shit is.
Well, it's funny because you don't really have a whole lot of access to the hotel. Kitchen or house. Kitchen or house. I mean, there's this large.
Yeah, so again, like it's always the third one where I feel like you can finally hear it. So yeah, I hear people. I don't know why they would want to tell me that they keep people. And then I hear this other voice, which is more of a mechanical sounding voice, and it's like, Thomas, like, don't say that shit. Don't tell them, don't tell them that, like almost in a scolding manner.
Like
Um,
he was about to tell a deep dark secret, like we keep
yeah,
people locked up or something,
yeah,
and they
we
cut
we
him
keep
off.
people. Yeah, right.
That's weird.
It is weird. I mean, I don't really have anything else like that. So I don't know what he was trying to say. We keep people locked up, we keep people in the basement, we keep people out. I
Well,
don't know.
what's funny is that I'm pretty confident what we're talking about is that I'm making a comment of how we don't have access to a large part of the building.
Yes,
And
yes,
then he's like talking about keeping people what? Like hidden in
yeah.
these parts that we can't go to? What are you talking about?
What's funny is you're right. You're exactly right on what you were talking about because my next EVP like takes place right when you say that, basically.
Gotcha.
Chunk of the building that isn't accessible.
These are pretty.
I think I screwed this one up. I think it says that's right before it actually plays it. Like it,
I heard it when the words were coming up.
oh, you did hear it? Okay. See,
Yeah.
I wonder sometimes if it mutes the sound quality on my end when I'm playing the video. So sometimes when you're playing your video and you're like, I don't even hear it now. And I'm like, I hear it just fine. I wonder if there's some sort of a weird thing that this program does because I didn't hear shit that time. And I'm like, I know it says that's right. I heard it.
Oh. Well, I wouldn't put it past it. We have little troubles that sometimes we're not even aware of. But that is such a funny voice because to me
Yeah,
it sounds like it's like evil. It's like that's right.
that's right. Yes,
Yeah.
yeah, that's exactly how it sounds. But that one I feel like it was responding to you and what you were saying. They don't allow us to have all of the hotel, like um have access to a large portion of the hotel is what you said. And then there's that voice. That's right. Like, oh boy, okay. I don't know that I want to be in this part of the hotel either, sir. Um,
That makes it creepier. Like the part that was the hotel never felt like dark and scary or
yeah.
anything. But
Yeah.
yeah, then there are like doors at the end of the hallway that are like, oh, there's more of this old
Yes.
hospital behind these doors, but it's like The Walking Dead. Those are locked up. Don't get to go behind there.
You don't get to go
I
behind that.
I don't, what do you have to do to like pay somebody to get over there?
I know. I guess you have to be part of Ghost Adventures team or somebody because like but you're right, like I'm sure there's a certain dollar amount that would let you into those areas, right? Like somebody's got a waiver for you to sign so you don't die and a certain number and then you can have access. Gotta be.
Unless it's just full of like lead paint and rats and nobody wants to
Oh,
go over there.
yeah, maybe. Ew.
There's
I
probably a bunch
mean,
of bats, actually.
bats are cool. Bats are fine. Rats can get out. They can get underneath the doors. I don't want to start that rumor. I hope they don't have either, since it's an active hotel.
Yeah.
But
Yeah. A little
um,
gross if it's like a bat cave. Like I love bats,
ah,
but I get bats on my porch and I know how much waste they put out every night. Um,
yeah,
and they have a restaurant. So let's hope that
that's right.
it
Right,
might
right,
be
right.
either. Let's just hope it's so freaking haunted and it's unsafe for you to go over there.
Yeah, that's the whole reason. That's why the spirit was talking to you. That's right. That's where they're all trying to hide, except for those few random hungry spirits that want to go out and go to the restaurant or whatever. Um, and they're the ones that are kind of creeping around us, but you hear them anyways on the recording.
Hmm.
So this next one, we're in the same area, still on the first floor. I shut a door, it makes a really loud bang. Wendy, you react, but I pause for like a really long time before like kind of responding. I'm not really sure why. I don't know what the reason was for the pause, but it's really weird. You'll hear it here. But we got this EVP at the same time, and it's almost like it's almost like they're like, fucking damn these people. Like I don't get those words, but just like the way that the words come in while all of this is happening, it's like we're irritating them. Surprise, surprise.
Yeah, shocking.
I know. Another news flash.
The fuck? Did that door shut?
I shot it.
Yeah, and at first I thought they were saying white people, but then I hear like people. So I don't know if I'm missing like maybe I don't like people or because I definitely feel more like it's a like instead of a wah, L versus W sound.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, I'm starting to see how we are getting most of a sentence. There's a lot of
Hmm.
time we're getting a whole sentence, but
Hmm.
we're getting chunks of sentences where we used to just get like one word. We've talked about this before, but yeah, I could totally see them saying they don't like
I don't like it.
people.
Yeah,
Like that's the complete sentence in that moment because we're being
right.
loud and like this is their space, and I wouldn't want people slamming doors in my house either.
Yes, yeah. I thought it was funny because it came around that time where I'm making a lot of noise. I don't know if I was trying to be quiet or if I was just trying to shut the door. And then I realized, oops. I don't know if I was embarrassed, if that's why I paused for so long. I hate, again, I love my digital recorder. I've caught a lot of EVPs off of it, but it's so hard to like say what was actually going on in that moment when you can't see it. You can't put the visual with the voice. So I don't know. I agree that they would definitely be saying I don't like people, especially because I'm banging around and making all kinds of nonsense tomfoolery in their area. So the next one we're on the second floor now. And we're making our way like down the second floor towards the end, near our room, but we're just like in the hallway and we're kind of like passing through. So I get this voice at that moment and I think this is a residual. It's not answering anything that I'm asking. I think that we just kind of caught a conversation in time.
Well, they keep saying that children are crying.
Yeah, we could definitely hear them. I didn't hear anything crying last night. I heard a lot of drunk idiots in this hallway.
That's so funny. I hear you were talking about hearing drunk idiots in the
Right.
hallway. That's us like the next
I
night.
know, I know, I know. I thought about that. I'm like, well, oops. I partook for sure. We had a great time in Jerome.
Yeah, I don't think that I think that this is just we're walking up on a conversation or it's a residual situation or
Yeah,
something. I don't see how
yeah,
it pertains to what we're saying, but I hear it. So,
yeah. It's a nice good voice that comes through, but yeah, it isn't just another residual situation. This other one, same area basically, but I start to have a battery drain. And I mentioned that, and there's this voice that kind of pops up in between us talking. And again, I think it's just another passing conversation because it doesn't make any sense unless they're actually talking about one of us.
No battery.
All the other floors are getting used. This is the only one.
And I don't know why I did that one three times, but there,
hey,
there you go.
I actually think that when they're real short like that, you need more than just like we usually let it play with the original and
Mhm.
then there's two repeats, right?
Yeah,
Well, when they're so short, the two repeats go by so fast that
they
it's
do.
almost like you need four of them or something.
I
You know,
know.
you need to kind of keep going. But so
Yeah.
I support it. Also, I find this so funny because you'll see in my episode next week and the stuff I have to show you that there's a couple of times the EVPs are directed towards a male and there's just the two of us. And
Hmm.
I'm just like, I'm really starting to think that we are getting just misgendered, and I don't
Yeah.
mind it. I have no problem with it. That, it's fine by me. That my voice is pretty like deep, and a lot of the times when I have my hair back, it can be confusing.
Well, I was going to say too, I mean, we come in there with a bunch of equipment too. It's not like we're coming in there with skirts and heels and stuff trying to, dress to impress. Like we're not
Oh
like
yeah.
looking for that sort of thing. So we got our hairs under hats or it's back in a ponytail or whatever. So I mean, maybe we are just being misidentified. So like with this one that's that guy, I'm like, who else was there? There wasn't anybody else there. It was just us. So it
Right. Well, I mean, they could be talking about somebody else, but also this, I forget. We're always dealing with like what, early 1900s, early, not late like us. Uh
yeah.
Ghost.
Right.
And so
Wearing
that
jeans.
yeah, right.
Yeah.
They are probably taken a little bit aback by women's fashion these days, and so we
Mhm.
look like men to them or something.
Sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So they could be talking about us is all I'm saying.
Okay. So that one definitely could be one way or another. Don't know because, like Wendy pointed out earlier, this was 8 years ago. So it's not like we can just turn right around and go ask hey, which guy? One of your guys, or is it one of these ladies over here? But yeah, I thought that one was interesting that it kind of popped in on the second floor. There's another one at this time, and I thought maybe there were two voices here, but the more I played it, I think I was picking up on maybe a noise the elevator's making. I thought it was saying stop, but I think it's just noise of the elevator. So I didn't write that I hear stop. I only wrote on the screen the one thing that I really feel is an EVP. And it's not even really an EVP, it's a noise.
So the
Yeah.
hotel is coming.
Coming. And And of course, I forgot. So it's not that they're humming, it's that somebody is saying humming because, like, do you hear that, like, kind of singing in the background?
Yes. I feel like it's also saying who's humming.
Oh, maybe because, like, at first I thought I heard something else, but it's really hard when they come at you like that, and especially if it's two different voices. And maybe it's not. Maybe you're hearing the whole sentence. I was only able to pick up on the humming, but maybe you do hear something else. Let's reply and say, yeah, yeah, I hear what you're saying because it kind of comes in at a different pitch. Who's humming?
Yeah, who's humming or she's
Ooh,
humming or something. Yeah,
something
I
like
think
that.
I mean who's humming. I'm gonna go with that. Final
Well,
answer.
final answer. And this time it wasn't me. Usually I am the one making all of the singing and humming noises, but
Yeah.
only took 10 years to figure out that I need to stop singing while we're investigating. But now we move into our room, and this is pretty late. We're both pretty tired. So if you hear us kind of talking, you're going to hear that we're low on energy. And at one point, I think this next one, there's three things that I pick up right away, that were really interesting. There's one that's a word, there's one that's a sound, and then there's another word that comes after that. So when we're back in our room, we're talking about an incident where we went to the haunted hamburger and Wendy had left her purse on accident. We just kind of got up and left. And I don't think you don't usually carry a purse. So maybe it was just kind of like you're not used to carrying a purse anyway. So you just didn't think about it. But we left, we got halfway down the road and Wendy remembered her purse was missing. So you went back to the haunted hamburger. You had to wait a while because they were kind of dissing you, like just ignoring you or pretending that they didn't see you, whatever. And you're like waiting around and waiting around and waiting around. Finally, they came to you and they're like, "What's up?" And you're like, "Yeah, I left my purse." So we're kind of talking about that situation. And you'll hear me cuss at some point as I do. So here's the whole thing.
But I was trying to be polite,
Yeah.
you know?
I mean, people are just assholes.
I don't know.
Isn't that weird?
It is weird. Like, I think they're having if it's not a residual sound, they're having their own little like conversation, because we are not paying attention to them, you know? I feel
Yeah.
like it's a little bit like people, hello, like
Yeah.
that's not what they're saying, but they're probably annoyed that we're not giving them any attention.
Right, right. Well, and I think that the ha 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 ha, it's such a weird like Joker laugh too. Like I'm like, where did that come from? Um, I, like I had mentioned before, the room that we were in, we could hear people, at night, but this is really late, and we do not say anything about hearing anybody this entire time. So I think that if those were voices in the hallway, we would have said something because Wendy, you knew that I was still recording.
Yes, and I think that they would not be so loud that we'd be able to make out their words. We were at the end of the
Right.
hallway, so
Yeah, that's so true.
we were right by a set of double doors that were locked, so
Yeah.
people can't go much further.
Yeah,
Not,
no,
not living people.
right. If they were at our end of the hallway, it's because they were, about to knock on the door. Like there was nowhere else for them to go.
Yeah, the room across from us, or if they were like
Yeah.
us and they were wandering the hotel, but we never saw other people doing that. I don't
No,
think
which is
so.
no, no, we never saw what?
In the restaurant, we saw some
Hmm.
people, like, because we ate in the restaurant. And when we were eating in the restaurant, there were a set of three that had cameras on their table and they were taking pictures and stuff. But we never saw them in the hotel.
True. Yeah, just in the restaurant. But as far as the hotel goes, like I don't remember ever seeing anybody on the halls like with us.
Hmm.
It was pretty much empty. You could hear someone in the rooms on the second floor at the other end, but that was about it. So this next one's still in our room, and this one is kind of interesting. So I did mention that Like we were talking about the haunted hamburger. We had some other food and some other things throughout the day. So like at this point, I think we're both talking about our stomachs are kind of getting a little upset. So you'll hear me say like literally, and then there's this voice that comes through, which kind of makes sense, kind of not. So let me see if I can play that one for you. See if you can hear this next one.
Literally.
Yeah, so I don't know if they're talking about the spirits are, quite happy in the hotel. And that's why I'm hearing no one misses, and there's a pause, and then I hear the word town. Or I mean, it could actually be saying someone's name, like no one misses town. I don't know, but it sounds more like they're referring to the town itself, because we were just talking about where we had been to and we were eating and this and that. So we were talking about being in town when I got that clip.
Interesting, interesting. I think that the town part is really low. So
Hmm.
yeah, maybe it's something else. But the other's very loud. And they do seem to be fully aware of like what we're saying and a part of our conversation. So
Hmm.
yeah, I could see how that fits.
Yeah. So, and now I had told Wendy when we woke up the next day that I thought I heard like a laugh in the bathroom. Um, I I couldn't clearly pick out anything like that on the audio, but I don't record all night long either. But this voice, and I think one other one that comes up is sort of in that direction of the bathroom. So I don't know, it just kind of reminded me of like hearing that woman laughing, and then I hear this, no one misses town. I'm like, I wonder if that was the lady that was like laughing in the bathroom. But then I got that ha 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 on the last clip, and that's not the laugh that I heard. Like I heard like a boisterous like woman's laughter, not like the Joker laugh, which was kind of creepy. But yeah, no one misses town. This next one, I think we're really starting to get low on energy. And we're trying to discuss what we're gonna do next, like as it's getting later and later, like what's our plan?
You okay?
Yeah.
And that's a weird voice too. That one's mechanical, higher pitch though, I think.
Yeah, I do. It seems it's louder though than the
Hmm.
other ones, and it's crazy because it sounds like we are powering down.
We are.
Maybe they are consuming our energy, but I mean, it could just be that we are old and want to go to bed.
Yeah.
We were younger then, though.
We were, I
Yeah.
know. And well, we hit we hit this town pretty hard, and we
Hmm.
did the bird cage, within the same weekend. So I mean
Oh
it
yeah, yeah. I remember
we're
being
big.
exhausted just the drive from Tombstone up to
Oh God.
Jerome. So
I know. I was thinking that today too when I was putting this together. I was like, damn, that was a long drive. Because it's not like Tombstone and Jerome are just like shaking hands. They're not like next door neighbors. That was a long drive. Because I remember when we left Jerome, I think we went to the airport after that, right? Did you drop me off? Like it was a long drive the next day, and then we were super short on sleep.
yes, you had
Yeah,
like a mid-morning flight, I guess, or
thought
something.
so. Yeah.
We left the Jerome Hotel. I took you to Phoenix. They're only, I don't know, 2 hours from each other, I guess, and dropped you off at the airport. And then I went to work.
Then you went to work. Yes, you did, because you were in your scrubs. Oh gosh.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
yeah, that's how we party. Like I actually was thinking the other day about our plans for this year, like where we're gonna go and investigate and stuff. And I thought up a road trip idea and I almost texted you and I was gonna ask you like, how do you feel about sleep? Like how necessary is it?
Right,
Because
right,
it was
right,
like
exactly.
one big location, maybe a little rest, another big location. And I was like, no, 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 we can't do that. I have to rethink it. I'm not even going to text her. Just throw it out, Wendy. But
Yeah, it's a lot harder now than it was on us back
oh, for
then.
sure. Yeah.
Shoot. Dude, because we were, man, we would stay up all night investigating, like what in Illinois, and then drive right back home the next day. Like, who needed sleep back then?
Oh my God. I don't know how we're alive, but I mean, it's because we
Mm-mm.
were younger and coffee worked so great then. And
Right,
now it's like
right.
not a guarantee.
Mm-mm.
So it's dangerous, but also
Yeah.
just like we need to start understanding to take a slower pace. But yeah, we
Hmm.
hit Jerome pretty hard.
Hmm.
So it could
Yeah,
just
we
be
did.
us tired. It's just impressive that they're still so loud.
Yes. And so this is, like I said, we're at the end of our evening, and I only have, I think, four more EVPs to give you, but these are like, as far as I'm concerned, the best that I've got. They get better as the clips go on. One of my favorite ones is in this grouping, and I really hope you can hear it. It's a low one, but it's so fucking amazing. That's not the next clip. So just bear with me for a couple more AVPs. This one, I am in the bathroom. Wendy had suggested I kind of get ready for bed. Like, go ahead and get your pajamas on, wash your face and stuff, because we're going to probably do a thing and then hit the hay. And I'm like, yeah, girl, I feel that. So I went to the bathroom to change. She's in the hotel part of the room. I actually thought she'd fallen asleep, but you're kind of doom scrolling, but with the volume off. So this next one is kind of mean. That's me. I don't, maybe I'll get to where I do all of my EVPs like that, where I just replay the whole thing like three times. But yeah, I should have heard her whisper. Then you can hear me just, I don't know I'm in the bathroom by myself just talking. And then you hear a shut up, very, very quiet, very faint. But I think that they're also just as tired as we are, and they're just like, I should have heard her.
I couldn't
And then
help but think, what if this was the time that you realized that I was psycho and that's just me saying that? Dun dun dun. No, it's not
wow.
it's not my voice. That's
No, it's not.
um that's wild.
Hmm.
Because like I said, we were there for multiple days and
Hmm.
this is our like last night there is what
Yeah.
it's sounding like.
Hmm.
Um
It
they're
is.
just they seem to they probably see us like packing up and whatnot. And they're like, damn, we missed our opportunity. Like, what the hell? What were they gonna do to us?
I don't know. Kill us in an elevator? Isn't that what happened to the person that's the
Yeah.
story of one of he got pushed down an elevator or something. So I
Hmm.
don't know if that voice is part of that negative energy, whatever happened to that man. Or it was Wendy being psycho. No, it definitely wasn't. But
That'd be
it
hilarious though. If we like found out that all the EVPs that we get happen when one of us is out of the room, you know what I mean? And so we
Oh my
just find
gosh.
out that it's just her. But that's not what happens. And we have
No.
EVPs on camera where you can see us not talking.
It's
So
true. I was gonna say if I was way less of an honest person, but I'm not. Like I'm constantly talking. Like you can hear in this clip, I'm talking in the bathroom. I think I say your name at one point, but I don't know. I can't clearly make out what I'm saying. I'm just talking to talk. So there's been so much like even when I just did the Brookstown, I was talking nonstop. Wasn't always asking the spirits stuff. I did every now and then, but I just talk to talk. So I understand my voice pretty clearly. I know your voice pretty clearly too. So when we get EVPs like this, I think it's pretty easy to say that it wasn't you. And also I'm glad that neither one of us ended up getting hurt.
hmm.
So it could have just been that negative energy that was showing himself from the stories that are there at the hotel and recognizing that related, because it was a dude, right, that died in the elevator. I think it was a guy, right?
Yes, it was a guy that
Yes.
died in the elevator, but I mean, there were other deaths and because it used to be a hospital. So,
That's true. Yeah, of course, that's true. I don't think it, oh, I hope there wasn't a doctor that was saying something like I should have hurt her. But yeah, I don't know. I think that's the only negative, well, but the only two, I think, negative EVPs that I got. The next ones are a little odd. So, Wendy, I get out of the bathroom and I go and talk to you and realize you're still awake. And you tell me then that you're scrolling and you're watching clips from like the Ellen. Oh my God, is her last name DeGeneres? I don't even know. This woman.
yeah.
Okay. So you said that you watched little clips from Ellen and you're asking me if I have. I said, no, I mean, I see a clip here and then, like when I'm, getting ready for work, but I don't watch it. There's a voice that comes through that follows kind of like in line with our conversation. And I react to something that you had said, but it plays perfectly with this EVP. So it's a little confusing. I'll play it for you.
I don't watch Ellen either, but somehow every morning on Facebook I watch little snippets of Ellen shows. I mean, I don't know how it happens, okay?
I'm fine. I don't. The only Ellen I get.
So that's me saying I don't, like, I'm following up with what I was talking to you about, but the clip that comes through is like very loud and whispery, and it's like, don't pretend speak. And I know
Yeah.
that's not you because your voice was just there.
Oh,
You're not going to
no.
go, right?
That's not me. I think it sounds male too. It's so loud. It's so loud just in the middle of what we're talking about. And hey, just for everybody out there, I don't like Ellen DeGeneres. I think what I'm saying to Chris is like I wake up and this shit's just on my feed. I don't know what my social media feed thinks about me, but it shows me the dumbest shit. And I can't help but be like zombied out and just be like, there's a part of me that's like trying to process why is this on my feed? And then I end up watching it and then they give me more of it. And I was like, no,
Yeah.
I didn't say I
Yeah.
like it. Like, what is it, the Pandora,
That,
where you could tell them like what songs you don't like so they'd
yeah.
stop playing them for you? I wish all of social media was like that. Like, nope, thumbs down. Don't show
Oh,
me
yeah.
that shit.
I know.
But
The
I do be
algorithm.
watching some dumb shit. I just
Well,
told Chris about that.
well, so with the algorithm, I mean, it might have picked up on one thing that you were interested in. Like, let's say you were looking down the rabbit hole of like Himalayan salt rocks, right? And who knows, maybe Ellen DeGeneres had something on it. So like at some point, like the algorithm just picks up on the tiniest things that you're like, oh yeah, this is about Geminis. Cool, I like that. And then it's like, here's like a million more
Right.
things that are
Yeah,
Geminis. I'm like,
yeah.
geez.
You see like one actor being interviewed or something, and maybe that's why I watched the clip of from
Yeah,
Ellen. And then they're like, "Oh, you like Ellen? Here's 1,000 videos." And it's like you can't stop it. Like
you can't
stop.
stop it. Yes.
But
Yeah.
good thing they don't make that show anymore.
No, I know.
But
Uh,
that is real. The EVP is very loud. I think it's male, so there's absolutely no way it's either one of us.
right, right. I agree with you. I think that's like honestly like one of the loudest. Maybe the last one I got was the loudest. I was kind of shocked that I got that the last one that I did because this next EVP that I'm going to play for you was a surprise. It was near the end of my recording, and it is my most beloved EVP of all time, and it's very quiet. So I hate that it's quiet. So tune in. I might have to play this a couple times. It's just wonderful. It is wonderful.
Facebook I watch little snippets of Ellen shows. I mean, I don't know how it happens, okay?
Oh,
I'm fine.
I forgot. I don't think I even got to the replay on the last one. So did I just stop it before it replayed? I think I did. I don't think I ever got to it.
I
Yeah.
don't. The only Ellen I get is if I end up at the dentist early enough, or I see a clip of it before I leave for work.
Okay. Longest. There it is. Oh my God.
Kitty, kitty.
Okay, now here's my favorite clip of all time. Holy shit, it took a million years to get there. So obviously here I'm calling a kitty cat. Wendy and I were talking about our cats for a minute. There's a story of a cat being in this room. So let me go ahead and play the clip.
This is how we call winter. We just turn all the lights off and we lay really still
Yeah.
so she knows that we're completely ready for her. And we say, winter, still.
Yeah.
So she knows that we're completely ready for her. Still.
Yeah.
So she knows that we're completely.
Can you hear it?
Yeah, it can.
Oh, I love it.
Now, if that was my cat Winter, it'd be a hell of a lot louder. But
Yeah, that's a
Maya,
very
who you guys have seen sometimes in the background, Maya has like a little chatter. She doesn't even get very loud.
cute.
So yeah, but I could totally hear this one. But oh, I mean, you're probably gonna tell him too. Do you remember what
Oh
you
yeah,
felt?
I
Yeah, okay,
remember.
okay.
Yeah, so when you're talking about your cat, I actually my orange cat that you'll see sometimes, he sounds a lot like that.
Mm.
So I'm like, that is so crazy. Like I picked out this meow at this exact moment because we're calling for a cat. Yeah, so when we were sleeping, I felt as if a cat had jumped onto the bed and was down by my feet walking around. And I remember telling you about that, and we were excited because that's one of the stories that there's a cat. I didn't see it, but I felt it. Like I felt it jumping on the bed. So to have now what I think is a meow to go along with it, just like I was so excited. I was so excited. Like this is the best thing I've ever caught in my entire life.
Yeah, that's chef's kiss. It's
It
beautiful.
is.
Beautiful.
It is
Yeah, I
beautiful.
love the combo. And we haven't talked about this enough, but ghost cats love Chris. Like,
Me too.
because we had this experience, and there's a house in Memphis called the William Fontaine House. And I think it's William Fontaine. I think
I think
William's
so.
the first name. I know Fontaine is. That doesn't seem
Yeah.
right for some reason. But
Like
anyways,
maybe there's another name. I don't
like
know.
maybe it's like it's a hyphenated name. So, well,
Hmm.
anyways, there's a haunted house on Millionaires Row in Memphis, and it has a ghost cat, and it totally
Yes.
brushed up against Chris's leg.
Yeah,
Woodrow.
yeah, totally.
It's the Woodrow Fontaine house.
That's okay. There you go.
Yes,
Woodrow.
yes.
Okay. Yeah, it totally brushed up against my leg. That was so wild because they didn't say anything about the spirit cat either. And we all had gone downstairs to kind of I don't know, have like a what are you experiencing or
Hmm.
what floor, where are you? Like talk about like what's going on, like a break time, but also a huddle. And I said the weirdest thing happened, like I felt like a cat kind of like brush against my leg. And they're like, "Oh my God, you felt the cat. Like that's crazy. Like we don't tell anybody about the cat." And I'm like, "Stop it." Yeah, I don't know why. Spirit cats really like the real cats really like me. I think it's because when I was a kid I hated cats. Like that they're just getting me back for all the times I was like, no, go away, go away. But yeah, and even at the Woodrow Fontaine house, we got something that sort of looks like it's kind of crawling out of the fireplace. And I was like, maybe it was a cat,
Yeah,
hopefully, because otherwise that's a weird fucking thing.
that is. Yep. We're gonna go with Ghost Cat.
Ghost cat. Um, like I was saying a second ago, we did have to jet to get to our plane the next day. So Wendy had asked me about setting a alarm, and I got another EVP.
Completely ready for her. You make sure I don't sleep too late or whatever.
So turn it off. Okay, so yeah. So he's like, no, you guys are finally going to sleep. Leave me alone.
That is hilarious. The ghosts are not early birds. I get it.
Yeah.
I get it. Yeah.
Yeah, I thought that was really cool that I got that. Like I said, and it was a surprise too because the ghost cat was up so far into like the end of it that I was like, that's the last EVP I got. And then I actually got Don't Wake Me. It was almost like the night night guys. I'm going to bed too. So that's all I have for you for Jerome for right now. Like I think I said earlier, I hope I said it out loud, but I can't remember. I don't have even pictures from this location. That's why the EVPs were just clipped to one, nonstop picture. The image that I used was actually from when we went to Jerome back in 2018. It was an Instagram picture that I used. So it's like, I don't know what happened to these things. I don't know what happened to the video of us. But a lot of that right now is still MIA. If I come across it one day, then maybe I'll have more for you. But for right now, that is it on Jerome. I did find I have a silver Sony digital recorder that isn't like, it's not the newer one. So like you can't pull out a card, or it doesn't have like the little plug-in where you can just plug it into the side of your computer. My old silver Sony digital, you had to get these weird cords that like basically one into the mic and one into the earphones. You had to do this whole thing. That one still has a ton of like recordings on it that I have not downloaded yet. So I don't know what we'll find when I get there. But the one that I use now is a little black one. Like I said, it's got the card and everything. So I've just been pulling that stuff off and rolling with it. So maybe somewhere down the road I'll find some more. But I doubt it. As far as EVPs go, I'm pretty sure I got everything off of that because, like I said, I had everything from the Birdcage already downloaded too. So who knows what else is still on my other recorder.
That's so funny to hear that like possibly one of your oldest pieces of equipment is just holding all this
Hold on.
stuff. So
Yeah.
like we're gonna see stuff from like 2011 at some point.
Man, man. I mean, well, I was so bad about like letting things like go, like deleting stuff because it's like, what if, what if, what if, what if? Just like I said, well, I found the Birdcage stuff and I started listening to that again. I'm like, no, Chris, no, move
Yeah.
on. Like it's hard for me to just let that stuff go. So yeah,
I know I did that with I know I mean like since we've been doing this show, I've realized that I did that with some case, the Old South Pittsburgh. Uh but
oh
but
yeah.
I am a I love to cross stuff off the list, you
Mhm.
know? So like when I'm done, it's so satisfying to put it in the trash and hear that noise.
Oh
And
boy.
I mean, in my mind, it's all loaded onto YouTube. So
Yeah,
like as
sure.
long as YouTube never fails us, then it's fine. It's safe.
Right.
But yeah, I couldn't hold on to it like you because I would do that shit. I would
Yeah.
forget that I ever listened to it and I'd be like, did I? And
Did I? Yeah.
shit. And the way that like, just buying a new pair of headphones makes me start hearing all these other voices.
Right.
I'd be like, oh my God, now I have to like re-listen to everything. Nope. We are not
Yee.
doing that. It just is what it is. It was an
Mhm.
experience, loved it. And I'm
That's
so
cool.
glad that you have something to show from the Jerome Hotel
Mhm.
because
Yeah.
we stayed there for a few nights and I'm not sure there's anything on YouTube right now. And if there
Right.
is, it's probably just some little silly video or whatever, something very small because I know I don't have anything left from that location. So I probably
Mm.
listened to it with bad headphones and said,
Yeah, that's
oh, it's not haunted, trash.
yeah, yeah, possibly very, I mean, because I know I do have a picture of you. So I lied. I do have a picture of you that I saved. I think it was on Instagram too, where you're holding your camera. So I mean, I know that you were filming. You always are doing something. So, but I looked at our YouTube page. I didn't see anything there. I looked through everything. So it wasn't even like not misfiled. Like we didn't have a playlist for it. It just was loose, some random file that was out there. So I couldn't find anything because again, I was looking for the video that we took, but couldn't find it.
But it is like a haunted location and it's supposed to be so dark and haunted, you know?
Yeah.
So yes, so it's great that you walked away with something and those EVPs are great.
Yeah.
I love that. We definitely seem like we're dealing with some intelligent spirits here. I mean, some of those might have been residual, or
Mhm.
maybe they just were half sentences that we're picking up and they're having their own conversation. Because I
Yeah.
definitely believe that there are plenty of spirits there, and
Mhm.
they are most definitely hiding in those spaces that we're not allowed to access.
Yeah, yeah, and the ones that aren't are we're trying to maneuver their way around us because I caught them. I caught your
Mhm.
voices. So they are there, even though I mean, I said I had a couple of negative ones. We've neither one of us ever felt negative feelings in that hotel. Um, it just kind of felt like it kind of felt like it was just a happening hotel. Like there was a lot going on in the restaurant. The rooms were busy. When we went downstairs to look through like the books, like they kept these, people would write down their experiences and stuff. There was the guy at the check-in and some other guy from town just talking to him, and very laid back. They were playing like rock and roll. Like you could tell, like it was just a casual conversation between them. They weren't like feeling like they were going to lose their lives, for being there. So I don't get that thing there. And honestly, the fact that the experience that I had with the cat and the fact that now I have a cat's meow, what I think is a cat's meow on as an EVP, just makes me feel like it's not dark at all. Like if there's a cat still there, it can't be that bad. I mean, I know I'm an evil person and cats love me, so I mean, maybe I do have that backwards.
Maybe. I don't know. I don't think so. Jerome was so much fun both times
Yeah.
we went, and it's such a happening, lively place
Mhm.
that I feel like that vibe and that energy just goes over everything, the whole place. So that hotel never felt dark and dangerous or anything like that. It just felt like the same good vibes of the city,
Yeah,
the
totally.
town. That ghost is wrong. We do miss that place.
I
We
do.
yeah,
Oh.
it's a really cool location. If you guys have never been to Jerome or ever even thought about it, if you come to Arizona and you're wanting to go to like Sedona or something, I mean, like if you're watching this, you're into ghosts, so I'm sure you're going to some of the ghost place. But I know
Mhm.
there's people that come here just to visit like Sedona or go up to the Grand Canyon or something. Jerome is like right there next to
Mhm.
Sedona, and it's a poppin' little town. It's very cute.
It is magical as far as I'm concerned. Like when the first time we went there, which was when we did our investigation, just that whole town was just beautiful. The walk through the town, up and down the streets, and then you've got that beautiful cemetery out there in the desert. There was some random high school that was open for you to just kind of walk through. I guess they had like little vendors or a market or something, maybe. Where they make pottery or something in one of those classrooms. So it was just open. You could walk. It's just the whole town was there for you to explore. And that's just how it felt. It didn't seem like you were on, just any old vacation, like, oh, what are we gonna do? What's next? Let's look it up. Let's see. The whole town was something to see.
Hmm.
Um, and you did have to walk it because when you drove up the side of the mountain, when as Wendy will tell you, you don't leave. You just unless it's by foot, you are not driving anywhere else.
Then the second time we went and we had to go
Yeah.
up the dirt road,
I
absolutely not.
know, yeah. I know. It was way worse the second time up. Like Wendy keeps finding these places that are super awesome to visit, but are like treacherous as fuck to get to.
They can
Um,
be in Arizona, and that's why I own a Forerunner now. So,
yeah, yeah, for real. But yeah, so if like Wendy said, if you haven't been, definitely put it on your bucket list. If I mean, Jerome, the hotel is haunted. There's a theater in town. There's the spirits room at the Connor house or something like that. I can't remember what it's called.
yeah, I think it's the Connor Hotel, but
Yeah,
their
Connor Hotel.
bar is called the Spirits Room. Yeah, I think
Yeah.
we hung out in there. Yeah.
Hmm. The haunted hamburgers haunted. There's a couple of mine shafts that are haunted. Like everything is haunted except for Maynard's wine. It's not haunted. But if you're a Tool fan, they have a whole thing for you over there in that area too. It's a magical town, a lot of fun stuff to find.
Hmm.
Um, but yeah, so anyways, we'll be pushing some clips from the show out on our socials. So if you haven't started following us yet, please do. We're on everything as COTN_paranormal. That's TikTok, that's Facebook, that's Instagram. That's in my mind everything. I'm sure there's other things out there, but I don't know about them. Those are the only things. I am an old lady. That's all you're going to get from me. Also, be sure to subscribe so that you don't miss out on the next episode of our evidence autopsy because you never know where we've been in the past 15 years and what we're going to review next.
Right? It could be from 2011. It could be from 2 months ago.
It
You
could
you
be.
never know.
You
So
never know.
exciting.
Yep, that's
It's a
awesome.
surprise to us too.
It is. Yep, definitely.
But yeah, I appreciate that. Thank you so much. That was a fun walk down memory lane again. And also just awesome to have something to post from that amazing town.
Yeah,
And yeah, you heard it, everybody, where to go to find us and see all our little things and clips. And that's it.
and that's it. All right. Bye.
Bye.